Hey everybody, it's Miss Berry. Just coming on here today to make a short video to show you that how you can do some of the problems from section 8.3 if you have the TI-36X Pro calculator. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I will show you really quickly how we can find our sample statistics using our calculator. All right, so in section 8.3, you'll be asked to find 5 different sample statistics: the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, and the range. So you can do these by hand. You can calculate these by hand. That's totally fine. But if you have the TI-36X Pro, sorry about that, I just plugged in my USB drive. If you have the TI-36X Pro, then you have some features in your calculator that allow you to plug in your data set, and the calculator will calculate almost all of these for you. The only statistic that your calculator will not find is the mode. So you must calculate this by hand. All right, but the mean, the calculator can tell you the mean. And remember, the mean has the symbol X bar. It can tell you the median, the range. It can tell you the maximum and the minimum values. And remember, the range is the max minus the min, or the largest minus the smallest. And then it'll also tell you the standard deviation, which has the abbreviation S. All right, so let me just show you an example. So let's find each of the following values for this data set. I'm going to pull up my document camera so you can see my calculator. We'll make sure this is focused. All right. Alrighty, so suppose we have the following data set and we're asked to find the mean, median, mode, the range, and the standard deviation. All right, so like I said, the calculator will not find the mode for you, so you have to go ahead and find the mode. So let's look at our data set here. We have 32, 64, 28, 34, 59, 35 twice, 41, 40 twice, and then 62. So 35 occurs twice and 40 occurs twice. So those are our modes. So this is a bimodal data set. And our 2 modes are 35, 40. So we have 2 modes. Okay. Now that we found the mode, we can go ahead over here to our calculator and plug in our data set. So here are the steps. The first step is to hit the data button right here. So you can see it's in the second row, the third one over is the data button. Right, so go ahead and hit your data button. You can see right now I have some data in my calculator. If you do have some data in there, just delete them out, delete all those data values. So just keep hitting the delete button. Delete all those data values. All right, and then you're going to plug in your data set. You want to be super careful here. Make sure that you don't mess up. If you type one of these wrong, like if I type 74 instead of 64, it's going to mess up all of my answers. So I'm just being extra careful typing this in, making sure that every time I type one in, I look at it and I make sure that's what I intended to type in. 35 twice. So each time I'm typing one in, I'm hitting enter. 41, enter. 40, enter. 40 again. And then 62, enter. Okay, so there's my data set. You can scroll back through, make sure you typed them all in correctly. Okay, there we go. If you haven't got your data set in yet, go ahead and pause the video. because I'm about to show you the next step. All right, so our next step, once you've got all of your data typed into your list, each one of these is called a list. This is the L1 list. I would always type your data sets in here, so don't go over and type them into L2. You can, but if you do it this way, it's going to make it easier for you. So anytime if you need to type in a new data set, just make sure you delete all of them out first. All right, so our next step is we're going to hit the second button, this blue button up here at the top, light blue button. So second, then hit data again. So second data takes us to this menu, and we're going to choose this second option. It says one var stats. That stands for one variable statistics. All right, so go down to option number 2, hit enter. If you always type your data into the L1 column, you will never ever need to change any settings here. So just leave L1 highlighted, leave frequency as 1 highlighted, go down to calculate and hit enter. And here are our answers. All right, so there's our sample size, N is 11. You can kind of use that to just make sure you typed them all in correctly, make sure you actually did have 11 data points that you were supposed to be typing in, or 11 data values. Here's our mean. We're going to round to 1 decimal place, so that means that X bar is 42.7. Oops. X bar is 42. Let's get a pen back here. X bar is 42.7. Sorry for the sloppy handwriting. The next one, S, is our standard deviation. SX is our standard deviation. So that would be 12.8. So S is 12.8. All right, as we scroll down, there's going to be a bunch of stuff we don't need, like you don't need to use this sigma X. That's the Greek letter sigma. You don't need to use this. This is the sum of the X's. This is the sum of the X's squared. You don't need that. We are going to have to use the minimum because remember the range is max minus min. All right, so that's going to be minus 28 is our minimum. Scroll on down. There's the median. MED is the median, so the median is 40. Keep scrolling. There's the maximum, 64. So fill that in for the range, 64 minus 28. And that's the end of our list. That takes you back up to the top. So from here, if you want to get back to the home screen so we can go ahead and find the range, you just hit second quit, or second mode will take you to the quit option. All right, so then we're going to do 64 minus 28. And there's our range, 36. And it's that easy. So there's all of our answers that quick. This would take you way longer if you had to do it by hand, especially the standard deviation. So this is a great option for those of you who have the TI-36X Pro, or maybe you have a friend that has the TI-36X Pro, and you could borrow it from them for this test. So I just wanted to make a quick video to show you how you can do that in case those of you who do have the TI-36X Pro want to use this option. If you have any questions about plugging this into the calculator, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day.